Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. First sign of anything. Brand new sort of look to it, of course. I'm back doing the original idea for it, of course, just reviewing single albums, of course. However, with a difference, because I'm focusing on stuff, like basically I'm doing like albums like from the 160s, 170s, 180s, 190s I am. Just individual videos, so just to make it alright for you really. Make it easy, a bit more digestible, I'd probably say, because the videos I've been doing beforehand were a bit, a bit clustered together and everything else. But I thought, why not talk about one particular album and see where it goes from there? So there we go. Why not talk about the Beach Boys for an instant start? So here we go. So this is Smiley from 1967. So this is after Pet Sounds in 1966. Originally meant to be a album called Smile, which is meant to be like its main follow-up to Pet Sounds, really, what Brian Wilson had intended to do. However, the poor reception sort of halted it, and also we've ended up getting this album, really. Interesting cover as well, interesting design. It's part of a trilogy of lo-fi albums, which followed on from with Wild Honey and Friends afterwards. So 67, 68, they did a trilogy of this sort of stuff anyway. I'd probably say, like, out of the bunch, really, I'd probably say Smile is sort of the weakest one, really. I mean, Wild Honey and Friends are probably more better ones, I would say, better albums of this whole thing. Mind you, this come off like both sessions and stuff happening in, behind the scenes and stuff. So, what can you do, really? You get some good songs on here as well. You get Heroes and Villains and Vegetables. You've also got the single Good Vibrations on here, even though it was a hit a year before. It's included on this album. You get some very dodgy songs on here as well, such as like what was it, the Woodpecker Symphony, or whatever the other title's called. That's on here. I think some of these were sort of like originally from the Smile sessions that sort of just end up on here. But it's one of those things, really. It's I don't know if people regard this as the best album very much. I know Eric Calero, aka Vinyl Geek, did a ranking and put this at number 6. I think just one more. It's one of those things, really, because it's I look at this and think, it's an album that has had potential, really. And obviously there's plenty of albums that have sort of been heavily underrated. You probably still think of Good Vibrations on this album. You think of all sorts, really, on this one, and yeah, it's okay, really. It's not, it's middling. It is. Sometimes it could be high gain too as well. It really just, you had a sort of certain mood for this album, really. If you just picked it up for the hits, really, you think, it'll be one of those dodgy things. You think, I enjoy the hits, but the rest of the album's a bit underwhelming, a bit of disappointment, really. But there we go. The copy I've got actually is from South Africa. It's a South African pressing, strangely. I think original 60s pressing of that one. Interesting. I haven't played it yet, actually, but nice, actually. Surprising. Finding your local record store is actually from a different country as well. Different pressing. How interesting. So yeah, but I mean, this sort of kicked off the lo-fi trilogy. It also ended this. I think it's like the creative period for the Beach Boys as well. Like, you start off on high with Pet Sounds, of course. Pet Sounds was sort of like the roadmap for what to go with, actually. Then Smile was meant to come out or be sort of done. That never happened. And obviously you've ended up with these sort of albums that sort of wiggle in between, which I actually think they're pretty good, actually. The latest stuff like the late 60s Beach Boys is probably interesting, really. I think I'd probably say from 67 to 70, that sort of period is more interesting. I'd probably say on the 5 of all of them, from that, carrying on from Friends, you have 2020 and Sunflower. Them two are actually good albums. I'd probably say this is the weakest album out of that bunch. If you put a collection of 5 Beach Boys together, it'll probably be this 5, really, in my opinion. I'd probably say. But it is. I mean, it's decent. The artwork is decent, of course, but I think you expect something interesting, a bit more weird, like Pet Sounds. You probably won't find it on here, really. But it's just one of those things, really. So that's my little opinion on Smiley from the Beach Boys, 1967. Thank you for watching. See you later.